Alexander.
Good afternoon, Senators. My name is Laura Alexander. I had been working for Robert Gray Partners Incorporated in project management for public construction since May 2003 for projects up to $10 million, building colleges and lower-level education, park facilities, gymnasiums, and even Oregon State University's Goss Stadium. In 2002, Oregon State Legislature passed Senate Bill 437 without asking those who would be affected. They agreed with Oregon University System and Associated General Contractors in changing the future of public contracting by way of allowing OUS to exempt 100% of their publicly funded projects from the bidding process. In that same Senate bill, they allowed OUS to make it so that Oregon University Foundation would not be subject to disclosing who their donations came from and who those donations were delivered to. Prior to Senate Bill 437, even every seasoned construction company had the opportunity to bid and work on OUS public construction projects by way of ORS 279. By 2005, no-bid public-funded capital construction projects were at the level of 50%. By 2009, after the announcement of the fallout of banks and the defunding of commercial construction projects and the worst catastrophe in the housing market began to disrupt OUS system, and almost every public agency turned their cheek on medium and small-sized companies and said, let them eat cake. By 2009, almost 100% of public-funded construction contracts were no bid. Historically, those contract awards were signed over to AGC, highest earning construction companies. Those same companies' names are shown on AGC's other assumed name, Oregon Public Contracting Coalition, and members and contributors to the content of their white papers, which they will or have referred to you today. Those white papers written by Oregon University System and AGC contractors outline and sell no-bid public construction contracts. OUS will argue about the size of the projects and bonding capability. The governor's approved capital construction project list compared to the contracts provided by OUS demonstrate that smaller contracts were bundled into multiple award contracts known as MADOCs. Special scheduling, you will also hear arguments about how important it is that CMGC is in place to facilitate special scheduling. I want you to note that every public construction contract management includes special scheduling to be scheduled around the facility scheduling. Public construction contracts have become a golden ticket for high pay, high fees, and overloaded with overpaid and unnecessary management in a poor economy. There are few public construction general contractors and CMGC management companies that would tell the taxpayer the truth about Oregon's version of exempted public construction no-bid contracts. However, they told me, and their answer is after a laugh, that we make so much money off of it. ORS 279C335, competitive bidding exemptions. It says it is unlikely that the exemption will encourage favoritism in the awarding of public improvement contracts or substantially diminish competition for public improvement contracts. It also says the awarding of public improvement contracts under the exemption will likely result in substantial cost savings in the contracting agency. That is impossible under CMGC, as they charge up to 20% of the end project cost to afford the management that was normally free and part of the construction contract. However, by granting these public agencies the right to remove taxpayer-afforded public construction projects from the public bidding process closes the door on other qualified contractors wanting to work on such projects. Essentially, Oregon State Legislature and public entities are the driving force to the final collapse of many of Oregon's construction industry-related businesses, just as Robert Gray Partners Incorporated. He is one of the Oregon's qualified general contractors of public construction, which has been denied the right to continue to bid or work on such projects due to the Oregon State Legislature's decision to block competition on public construction contracts. Ironically, this morning I used Kinko's, located on Commercial Street, the very building where I stood up in 2009 to protest against Salem Kaiser's exemption of over $200 million of public construction contracts. I sent a formal letter to the school district begging for them not to exempt those construction contracts from the bidding process. They smugly turned to me and they said, "We will do as we want." I ended up standing there and I turned to them and I said, "I hope that every parent in this neighborhood whose child attends your schools finds out what you did today. I hope your churches find out." What they did is they awarded $17 million worth of public construction contracts to a company located on Macadam Boulevard in Portland, Oregon, rather than using local contractors in their area. That very day, over 200 homes within a 5-mile radius in Salem, Oregon, were in foreclosure. After Senate Bill 338A was introduced, where Oregon State University and several other public agencies had come forward and asked for further exemptions, Oregon State Legislature allowed increases in the budgets substantially. As a result of that, no-bid contracts came in abundance. Owens Hall at Oregon Institute of Technology was increased to $35,181,000, and that contract went to Robinson Construction, which was no bid. Phase 2 steam loop overhaul at Portland State University was increased to $17,500,000, and that contract was given to Fortis. Western Oregon University was increased by $12 million, and that contract was given to Hoffman. Oregon University System campuses was increased to $34,614,000, and also their science building in Lincoln Hall, and those contracts were given to Howard S. Wright, no bid. Newburgh Hall was given to Lewis Crutcher Lewis at no bid. Portland State University plus renovations of Heckert was given to Walsh Construction, no bid. Reed was given to Howard S. Wright, no bid. Waldo Halls was given to Fortis Construction, no bid. Strand Agricultural Building was no bid. $12 million was added to the capital construction for the Health and Wellness Center for Oregon State University, and was given to Hoffman, no bid. Western Oregon University was raised to $6 million and was given to Hoffman, no bid. The Department of Community College and Workforce Development raised their contract for Clackamas by $2.5 million, Chemeketa by $10 million, and exempted all projects. Portland Community College was raised by $6,600,000. Those went no bid. 17 campuses.
Excuse me, Ms. Alexander. You're just sort of reading to us all the contracts which we have. Maybe
because it goes
I've got a lot
on.
of people testify.
I do get that. And all I want to explain to you is that making these contracts no bid has killed the competition. These are taxpayer-afforded contracts. And I'm asking you, the same people that put you in your positions today, I'm asking you for you to do them right and allow the passing of Senate Bill 581. It creates like a united union between the unions, the non-union contractors, and also the minority contractors as well. It allows them a seat on this board, it allows them to examine projects that are considered no bid, and gives them a right to be able to look into those contracts.
Thank you. Questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.